I really have a man who the streets have been talking about, okay? Everybody's been looking for him, and I found him. I found him, everybody. I have one of my close friends, Todd Chrisley.
Thank you so much for having me.
And he's about to speak on it. Do you speak on it?
I'm going to speak on it.
So we got to touch on that on this friendship of ours. People don't understand our friendship or our relationship, right? People don't understand that we've been cool for a very, very long time. People, for whatever reason, really had a problem with me being happy that you got aparted.
You know, I saw that.
But there was like a blind item going around that said that the two of you were going to split.
And that was a BS.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
we were
Riley actually sent it to
really?
me. Yeah, she was like, why do people keep saying that y'all about to get divorced? I was like, I don't know. But honestly, I think it came from Todd and I. On his YouTube, we're doing this thing called Todd and the Glam Squad. And it was really, when I would get my hair and makeup done, he would sit and we would talk about, you know, like hot topics or whatever.
Relationship issues.
Sure,
Relationship issues. But we would, like, we are great debaters, okay?
We go at it.
And we're passionate when we go back and forth. Right. And I think people kind of mistook that to say, like, we were angry with each other. But it's like, no, we're debating the topic.
Sure.
Right.
Like, we're going back and forth about this. Like, as soon as, like, I've been like that my whole life. As soon as, like, we have a back and forth, I can walk out the room and be like, okay, now what we're doing next. Right. Grace says, do you at least see you and Todd being friends after the divorce? Yes. I think after a divorce, I think anybody should be able, hopefully. Don't get me started lying.
Age well.
I hope we get to be friends. Like, that'll be my goal. But you know, I think when you're going through the divorce, people get on your nerves and you really start looking at them differently. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I'm hoping that we could make it through unscathed. I'm so glad y'all went to jail.
Sometimes the things that really feed your soul are not what feeds your pocketbook. So you get stuck in this grounds of, okay, I don't really want to do that, but it's a great means to an end. So to be able to feel like you can do what feeds your soul and be successful at it, I mean, it's such a blessing.
Kandi, when I tell you I'm busier today than I have ever been, all because I now know what my purpose is. Television was not my purpose. It's something that I do, but it was not something that fulfilled me to the level that I'm fulfilled today.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was on all the time. I was in prison and people would be like, Julie, come here to the TV room, you're on. You know, and I'm like, oh my God.
And they want you to watch yourself.
Nah, we live that.
And I was just joking about, I'm glad you went to jail, but I'm glad that greatness has come from.
It wasn't in vain.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't
You know what?
in vain.
No matter how bad situations are, if you learn something from them, if you're better because of it.
I did 14 seasons straight.
I know looking at this season, you happy you stepped away?
Yes. I am so happy that I stepped away. And it's not because of any hate on the girls or whatever. Much like, you know, I'm very still close friends with Shamia. And I'm still cool with some of the other girls as well. But it's just the simple fact is, it's like, I feel like it just was my time to leave. Like, I wasn't supposed to be a part of what's happening right now. You know what I mean? It was my time to definitely do my own thing and make moves elsewhere. I said, I love you first.
She did.
It was in a moment of passion, and I was like, did I just say that? Why did I do that? Did I mean that? Because you know when it's good, sometimes you say, I love you, and you're like...
That ain't why you said it.
No, I'm saying it's not why I said it, but you know, you had to...
Right.
And normally I'm not the first one to say that, you know? So I was just like, damn, why did I say it?
That man of mystery. He's like, I love
And he didn't say it back. He didn't say it back, which was so funny.
No, for real. Because you know, when you really like somebody and you trying to do it right, it's kind of like you want to choose those words at the right time. Like, and then remember when I told you at a random ass time.
You did.
You were getting in the car and I was like, I love you. But it was my time, you know what I mean? So I just didn't think in that moment, it wasn't the right time for me.
It really wasn't, because you shouldn't just tell people.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't the right time.
Yeah, during sex, that's not the right time.
You might not even really meant it.
I mean,
did you really mean it?
Well, obviously I meant it. We're still together, and I love you.
Right.
Kandi, this one is for you. At last year's BravoCon, Mama Joyce made waves with her shady comments about Todd.
Yes.
So what is the status of their relationship now?
They are doing great right now.
I feel like every interview,
seriously.
every reunion, everyone, they are doing great.
No. I don't always
I
say
see
that.
it.
I don't always say that. Like, we were going through it for like at least 7 to 8 months after BravoCon. That BravoCon last year set it off in my household.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they weren't talking. If she came around, Todd would leave. It was a whole mess.
And I love Todd.
Thank you. He's here. But, I guess over the summer, he decided to, let it go.
She told me, she was like, hey, this is cool, but I'm not just trying to be messing with you for a long time. What are you gonna do? Do you wanna make this a real relationship, or you wanna just, and I don't really need no new friends. I was like, damn. I was like, I ain't even been in Atlanta that long. Like, let me run around for a minute. But she made me make a decision, and I just respected that so much. Because a lot of women don't make guys make decisions. It's kind of like, I like him, I don't want to mess this up, and da-da-da. And she was just like, dude, what you gonna do?
For years, Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker were held up as one of the rare Real Housewives marriages that actually worked. Business-minded, family-focused, unbothered by outside noise. But now, that image is cracking in real time. And what's coming out of these court filings is raising way more questions than answers. Because according to Kandi, the man who once branded himself as Daddy Daycare hasn't been showing up at all. Not financially, not emotionally, and not when it actually matters. And that's just the beginning. It all escalated quietly, then all at once. New court documents filed in early January revealed claims that stopped fans in their tracks. Kandi alleges that since filing for divorce, Todd hasn't contributed financially to their 2 children, Ace and Blaze, at all. Not a little help, not partial support, nothing. And these aren't average expenses. These kids live a lifestyle that comes with real numbers attached. Full-time childcare, tuition, extracurriculars, medical costs, travel, birthday celebrations that don't come cheap. According to the filing, every single one of those costs has landed on Kandi. What made the accusation sting even more was the timing. While these bills were allegedly piling up, Todd was reportedly traveling internationally. Multiple trips, luxury destinations, no visible signs of financial strain. Which naturally led people to ask the obvious question, how does someone afford world travel but not child support? But money was only part of the story. Because Kandi also claims Todd hasn't been present in the kids' daily lives since the divorce was filed back in November. And that's where the narrative really starts to twist. For nearly a decade, Todd carefully curated a public image as a hands-on father. Since 2016, he regularly posted videos under the name Daddy Daycare, showing himself cooking meals, doing school drop-offs, spending quality time with the kids. It painted a clear picture, an involved, attentive dad who was always there. But according to Kandi, that image doesn't match reality. She claims the social media presence is exactly that, social media. Carefully selected moments that don't reflect what's actually happening behind closed doors. While a few recent videos still exist on his page, Kandi alleges they don't tell the full story. And once that accusation landed, fans started rewatching old clips differently. The question shifted from, is he a good dad, to is he a good dad on camera? And then came the holiday incident. Things reportedly hit a breaking point around Christmas. Kandi planned to take the kids to New York for the holiday break, a trip she says Todd had plenty of notice about. Flights booked, plans paid for, everything locked in. Then, according to her, Todd tried to block it. He allegedly objected to the kids traveling, despite the arrangements already being made. The timing couldn't have been worse. Holiday custody disputes are never small, but this one revealed how fractured communication had become. Kandi says this was the moment she realized they could no longer handle things privately, so she asked the court to step in. She's now requesting a formal custody schedule and official child support orders because informal agreements, according to her, clearly weren't working. But Todd had his own legal move planned, and it changed the entire direction of this divorce. To yet sure. When Kandi initially filed for divorce in November 2024, she asked for joint custody. At the time, that seemed fair, balanced, cooperative. Then Todd flipped the script. He filed paperwork seeking sole custody, claiming the children were primarily in his care due to Kandi's work schedule, specifically her Broadway commitments in New York. That move shocked a lot of people, because suddenly, this wasn't about co-parenting anymore. This was about positioning, control, and possibly leverage. After Todd filed for sole custody, Kandi immediately amended her request, asking for primary custody instead. And from that moment on, the divorce stopped being quiet and started looking strategic. But to understand why so many people saw this coming, you have to go back years. Kandi and Todd met in 2011 on the set of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They married in 2014. From the outside, it looked like a love story built on shared ambition. But fans weren't blind. From the very beginning, people questioned Todd's intentions. The age difference, the power imbalance, the fact that Kandi entered the relationship already established, already wealthy, already respected. And Kandi heard all of it, especially from her mother, Mama Joyce, who never hid her distrust of Todd. For years, viewers accused Mama Joyce of being unfair, controlling, overprotective. Now, some people are quietly revisiting those warnings, because when money enters the picture, motives start to look different. Kandi Burruss is worth an estimated $30 million. Music royalties, reality TV income, restaurants, Broadway checks, business ventures stacked on top of business ventures. Todd's estimated net worth, depending on the source, ranges somewhere between $400,000 and $4 million. That gap matters, and Kandi knew it mattered, which is why she required a prenuptial agreement before walking down the aisle. Todd did sign it, but not without a fight. In fact, the prenup almost stopped the wedding entirely. Todd has now formally challenged the prenup, claiming he was pressured into signing it right before the wedding in 2014 without proper legal representation present. He argues the circumstances raise serious questions about whether the agreement should even be enforceable. If the prenup is thrown out, Todd is seeking alimony and an equal division of marital assets. But Kandi wasn't caught slipping. She fired back with a brutal piece of evidence: their own wedding special. Footage from Kandi's wedding reportedly shows Todd stating on camera that he was comfortable signing the prenup after speaking with his attorneys, both on and off camera. In other words, Kandi is using Bravo footage to contradict his legal claims. Reality TV once again becoming courtroom evidence. And for a man arguing pressure and confusion, those clips could be devastating. But legal arguments aside, public perception is shifting fast. For years, Kandi defended Todd relentlessly. Against fans, against bloggers, against her own family. Anytime someone suggested he was using her, she shut it down. Hard. Now she's alleging that same man isn't supporting their children at all. Not financially, not physically present, not in the ways that actually matter. That shift alone speaks volumes, because people don't usually make accusations like this lightly, especially not in court filings where receipts matter. And yet, not everyone is fully on Kandi's side. Some fans argue the truth is more complicated. They point out that for years, Todd was visibly present with the kids, especially when Kandi was traveling constantly for work. School runs, daily routines, hands-on parenting that didn't look fake at the time. They question whether the timing of these accusations lines up with a sudden shift in roles. If Kandi is now home more and Todd is gone more, does that automatically make him absent or just no longer the default parent? Others believe Todd wanted the divorce long before it was filed. They cite past seasons where he asked Kandi to slow down, stay home more, and prioritize family over constant work. And maybe resentment built quietly, because being known as Kandi Burruss's husband might not hit the same forever. There's a theory gaining traction that Todd expected the marriage to elevate him more than it did. While it did bring exposure, it also cemented him as the sidekick in a story where Kandi was always the star. And over time, that can feel emasculating, especially for someone who believes they contributed more behind the scenes than the public ever acknowledged. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Kandi was already successful long before Todd entered her life. Grammy-winning songwriter, group standout, independent brand builder. She didn't need elevation, and that imbalance may have turned into resentment that no amount of success could fix. Now, it's all being unpacked in court. There's another layer that has fans uneasy: Georgia family courts. Georgia has a reputation for being unforgiving, especially toward women when it comes to custody disputes. Courts often favor the parent who is physically present more often, regardless of income or support systems. And right now, Kandi's work keeps her in New York frequently. That reality could matter more than people think. Even with a nanny, even with resources, even with receipts, which makes this entire situation even riskier for her. At this point, nothing is settled. The custody battle is unresolved. The prenup challenge is ongoing. But the child support claims are under review. What once looked like a clean, mature split has turned into a layered legal fight filled with contradictions, old footage, and clashing narratives. And the most painful part is that two kids are caught in the middle of it all. A marriage that once looked solid is now being dissected line by line, by lawyers, by fans, and by the same cameras that helped build their image in the first place. So here's what people are really asking. Is Todd truly neglecting his responsibilities? Or is this a messy power shift that feels harsher because it's happening in public? Is Kandi protecting her kids or protecting herself? And will the same reality TV moments that made them famous now decide their future? Because one thing is clear: this divorce isn't just ending a marriage. It's rewriting a story people thought they already understood, and whatever happens next won't stay quiet for long.